Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, introduce myself. My name is Putri Noerwulan Ramadhani. Now I'm student of UN Sunan Gunung Jati Bandung, and I will try explain what I have studied before about theory communication. As long as people have wondered about the world, they have been intrigued by the mysteries of human nature. The most commonplace activities of our lives, the things we take for granted, can become quite puzzling when we try to understand them systematically. Communication is one of those everyday activities intertwined with all of human life so completely that we sometimes overlook its pervasiveness, importance, and complexity. We treat communication as central to human life. Every aspect of our daily life is affected by our communication with others, as well as by message from people we don't even know, people near and far. Frank Dance found 3 points of critical conceptual differentiation in attempts to define communication. The first dimension is level of observation or abstractness. Some definitions are broad and inclusive, others are restrictive. For example, the definition of communication is the process that links discontinuous parts of the living world to one another is general. And the second is intentionality. Some definitions include only purpose, field message, sending and receiving. Others do not impose this limitation. The following is an example of a definition that includes intention: the situations in which a source transmits a message to receiver with conscious intent to affect the latter's behaviors. A definition that does not require intent is the following: human communication has occurred when a human being responds to a symbol. Well, and the third dimension is imaginative judgment. Some definitions include a statement of success, effectiveness, or accuracy. Other definitions do not contain such implicit judgments. The following definition, for example, presumes that communication is successful, that the thought or idea is successfully exchanged. Communication is the verbal interchange of a thought or idea. Another definition, on the other hand, does not judge whether the outcome is successful or not. Communication is the transmission of information. Here, information is transmitted, but it is not necessarily received or understood. Okay, now we continue. The basic process of inquiry provides a starting point for understanding both communication as a field and communication theories. Inquiry is the systematic study of experience that leads to understanding, knowledge, and theory. People engage in inquiry when they attempt to find out about something in an orderly way. The first stage is asking questions. Gerald Miller and Henry Nicholson believe that inquiry is nothing more than the process of asking interesting, significant questions and providing disciplined, systematic answers to them. Questions can be of various types. Questions of definition seek to clarify what is observed or inferred. What is it? What will we call it? Questions of fact ask about properties and relationships in what is observed. What does it consist of? How does it relate to other things? Questions of value, probabilistic, pragmatic, and ethical qualities of the observed. Is it beautiful? Is it effective? Is it good? And the second stage of inquiry is observation. Here, the scholars looks for answers by observing the phenomenon under investigation. Methods of observation vary significantly from one tradition to another. Some scholars observe by examining records and artifacts, others by personal involvement, some by using instrumental and control experimentation, and other by interviewing people. Whatever method is used, the investigator employs sampling method for answering the questions posed about communication. The last is the third stage of inquiry is construction answers. Here, the scholars attempts to define, describe, and explain, to make judgments and interpretations about what was observed. This stage is usually referred to as theory, which is the focus of people often think of the stage of inquiry as linear, occurring one step at a time. First questions, the observations, and finally answers. But inquiry does not proceed in this fashion. Each stage affects and is affected by the others. Observations often stimulate new questions, and theories are called by both observations and questions. Theories lead to new questions, and observations are determined in part by theories. Inquiry then is more like running around a circle and back and forth between different points on it than walking in a straight line. Well guys, maybe enough from me. Thanks a lot for your attention. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.